Well, he built his name on social media, and his name was all over social media yesterday after his assassination. Charlie Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, who died debating college students in Utah. You know, there's a lot of thoughts obviously happening with this. I've already expressed my feelings about the political violence and just how we got to get away from it in America, and we got to learn how to have conversations with people without getting so fired up. But I would say without a doubt, what makes people so angry and I think is pushing people to that extra edge is the vitriol that you see on social media. And over the last year to year and a half, I have really gone through and tried to purge all of my accounts of the voices that I could feel were making me angry. And I could tell were just trying to trigger me for engagement. And that's a big part of what social media is. And as humans, in a sense, I guess we can't help it. I was reading up on a psychological concept. It's called negativity bias, which explains our heightened sensitivity to negative information due to evolutionary survival mechanisms.
We want to protect ourselves, and we feel like if there's negative information, we need to absorb it so we can make a good decision so we don't get taken out.
It's basically what it is. And so it makes sense. You're fighting against how you're wired to be. I know you could say, well, just turn away from it, but there is a biological pull, and that's what social media has discovered. They have discovered that, oh, wait a minute, when we get people upset and when they get angry, they will spread this information other places, make other people angry, and it's just like a wildfire. And then all of a sudden, all of our brains are on fire, our hearts, our souls are on fire, and it really is because of this. And I said, I don't want to put it all on social media, but without a doubt, where we are in that story yesterday happened because of social media. And I'm just wondering with a lot of us, are people going to say that's enough?
Are people going to realize that these platforms are triggering us on purpose, that they've done psychological studies to mess with your brain and get you upset? That's what they want to do because you click more and they make more.
So I read this article by James O'Sullivan on the last days of social media. I got the summary of it here. I'm going to read it for you real quick and then give me your thoughts on it. James wrote, he said, at this point, scrolling social media feels less like connecting with people and more like wading through sludge. My feed is flooded with cloned free pics, bots, AI stitch highlight reels, and recycled TikToks, while posts from real friends barely surface. The line between human and machine was blurred. Spam, scammers, and bot girls dominate the platforms, while even genuine creators feel pressured to act like algorithms just to survive. It's not just fake content that's the problem. It's that the platforms reward noise over meaning, attention over connection. Engagement is tanking across the board. We scroll not because we care, but because we don't know how to stop. Social media was built on authenticity and presence, but now it's endless distraction, content that looks like language, but says nothing. And yet there's a shift. People are drifting into smaller, slower, intentional spaces, group chats, newsletters, private servers. These aren't about going viral. They're about being seen by the people who actually matter to you. The big platforms won't die overnight, but they're hollowed out. What comes next isn't a single replacement. It's a scattering of little gardens. The last days of social media might just be the first days of something more human. I thought that was rather interesting. And I am unaware of all the little group chats, newsletters, private servers, and things like that he speaks of that are flourishing. But I'm encouraged by hearing that because ultimately I remember my first couple days on Facebook were so awesome. I couldn't believe this platform. I was connecting with all my old high school friends that I hadn't talked to in 10 or 15 years. I was like, this is so cool. What a great place for connection. And then something happened. It just evolved into what it is today. And look at where it's brought all of us.
Social media has changed everybody, including the people in this room, including people in my family. It's changed everybody, and it's not for the better.
No,
it's really not. I swear to you, I've been feeling this for quite a long time, that it's not very healthy. You always bring up the anxiety with kids. It's not just kids. It's ruining adults, too. Adults are the people who are in charge. If they can't handle it, how the hell can a kid handle it?
Yeah. Absolutely. It is. And in us, I don't think humans, we're built for the capacity of the amount of hate that comes at you on a daily basis on social media and how angry they try to make you. And clearly it's working.
And it does work. It can work. It's the first time in human history where somebody in another country could get to you and make you feel horrible and
realize
terrible.
Other nations are using social media against us as Americans to divide us and to conquer us. And if there's any turning point for USA and all this, maybe it's today. You stop sharing those posts. Maybe you start unfollowing people. Maybe you start muting conversations that you realize are making you angry, and you start getting away from it. And you start with real human connections. Start to understand empathy. I think the reason why we lack an empathy in America is because we stop connecting with humans. We're connecting through bots and everything else. We're not even connecting with humans. So we ourselves are unprogramming our pure essence of being a human.
It can really bring out the worst in a person. And I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about anybody who's always on it. And there's a way, for some reason, it brings out a monster in a lot of people. It turns you into a mean girl a lot of times. Mm-hmm. And there's a mean girl or mean guy mentality out there where you say this, I'm going to say that. And now you're in your own little war. You're in your own pissy mood now. And if you don't think that's a ripple effect, I don't know what to tell you.
I just ask people, and even people in our chat room right now that are fighting back and forth, recognize when you're in there and you're part of an angry discussion that is going nowhere, and you yelling at somebody else is not going to change their opinion. We should be able to have discussion. You should be able to hear things that you don't agree with and it not drive you to anger or to violence.
Or to insanity.
Yes. And if it is for you, get a piece of your humanity back. Just unfollow, put it down, and just walk away.